In Psalm 143, the psalmist prays, "Teach me to do your will, for you are my God. May your good spirit lead me on level ground." As we reflect on this past year of challenges, growth, and new possibilities, we want to inform you of our church's financial status as we begin a new year.
Revenues and expense for 2022 were remarkably close at slightly more than $2,100,000 each. This near balance is surprising given that our contributions were $180,000 lower than budgeted. However, that shortfall was offset by three things: the receipt of a final government grant of $118,000, which was part of the COVID recovery plan. Second, increases in both income and grant funds received by Learning Ladders. And third, expenses lower than budgeted amounts in several categories.
We anticipated ending 2022 with a deficit of $113,000, but our actual end-of-year deficit was only $15,000. We continue to maintain approximately $500,000 in reserve funds available to cover unexpected or emergency situations. $25,000 from the MUMC Permanent Endowment Fund was used to reimburse the trustees' reserve fund for expenses related to the replacement of an air conditioning unit in the gym. 2022 was the first time that endowment funds were available for use, and we anticipate annual distributions from endowment going forward.
After the disaffiliation vote in September, in-person attendance at worship services not only stabilized, but increased. In the fourth quarter of 2022, average in-person attendance across our three services, Longleaf, Connection, and Traditional, increased to 317 versus 288 in the fourth quarter of 2021. Online participation continues to hold steady with an average of 550 engagements each week for our worship services and devotions.
As we look forward to 2023, your church leadership is aware that we have additional challenges to face. Most significantly, the decline in contributions. The COVID recovery government grant program has ceased. So we cannot anticipate additional monies coming from that source. The Florida Conference has chosen to continue supporting our church with a $100,000 grant during this year. But we must ultimately find a way to balance our income and our expenses without outside support.
Your active participation in our shared ministries is key to maintaining the forward momentum of our church. We believe that we are poised to experience new growth after the frost of COVID and the disaffiliation vote. With your support, we will continue and extend our Mandarin and Longleaf worship, mission outreach, and activities. We trust that you will recommit yourself to the work we undertake in the name of God, who loves us unreservedly.
Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit to the Lord all that you do, and your plans will succeed."